Sleaze with Leslie Fram.
No one listens to us. No one takes our recommendations, Barnes.
True.
You and I all along have wanted Idris Elba as the next Bond. Or maybe Cillian Murphy. But Aaron Taylor Johnson has been formally offered the opportunity to play James Bond. Now, I had to look up who he was, Barnes.
Isn't that he was in that movie, oh man, what was it called?
Nocturnal Animals.
There was another one.
Kick-Ass? Nowhere Boy?
Keep naming them.
Avengers, Age of Ultron?
Yeah, I didn't know him either. I mean, I've heard the name, but I didn't know what he looked like.
Yeah, I didn't either. He's 33, and, I guess because everybody was like, who's going to replace Daniel Craig? A source said, Bond is Aaron's job. Should he wish to accept it, the formal offer is on the table. They're waiting to hear back from him. I mean, who's going to turn that down?
I know, but that was a choice that no one saw coming. I wonder why. He's got an accent. I'm sure he could lose it, but still, I don't know.
Of all the people that there was speculation about, he wasn't even on the list.
He's difficult. British. Is he British?
Is he British?
I
think
don't
so.
know.
I saw this story, and it was very sad. Tallulah Willis, one of Bruce and Demi's daughters, revealed she's been diagnosed with autism. She's 30 years old.
Dang.
She shared her health discovery on Instagram over the weekend, posting a video of her and her father, who, of course, as you know, over the last 2 years has been diagnosed with dementia. On the red carpet, they were at a premiere. She said, the photo was when they were on the red carpet. Now, with the post, she wrote, "Tell me you're autistic without telling me you're autistic." She said, actually, this is the first time I've ever publicly shared my diagnosis. Found out this summer, and it's changed my life.
Wow, that's so wild to find out so late.
Yeah, I don't understand. And I wonder now if she's like looking back on, any issues she may have had growing up. Do you think?
Yeah, it's sad. I mean, it's just tough go for the family. It's not like it's debilitating for her, but it's sad that they're going through so much of this.
Very sad. First now Bruce and now her with autism. Okay, a retraction from MGM on this whole Bruno Mars stuff. Remember we said that he was $50 million in debt to MGM Resorts, and that's why he was extending his whole residency?
Don't rain on my parade. That was the best story of the year.
It was. MGM denied the speculation that he has run up a massive gambling debt, instead praising their partnership and, I guess, newly opened Pinky Ring Lounge at the Bellagio in Vegas. We're proud of our relationship with Bruno Mars.
I know.
I loved that story.
That could be a cover. Because there's no way. That news went out lightning fast. People would have caught that and blocked it and been like, no. And he must have gone to them and said, guys, they're proud of their relationship. Yeah, if he owes them $50 million, they're probably
such a great
very
story.
Proud. I know.
Kate Middleton has been spotted.
Yeah. Well, I broke that story yesterday, Leslie, in your Sleaze.
You did. She was about a mile away from her home at the Windsor Farm Shop.
But now they're saying it's not her.
What?
People are all now... The conspiracies are not going to stop. Because it was from a distance and zoomed in. They're like, that's not her. That's not her.
Because people want this conspiracy theory to live on. Stop it, people. All right, well, I guess we'll have more later.
I've actually been to that store.
You have?
Yeah, the farm shop.
You've been to the Windsor Farm
That's my only connection.
That's so random.
I know, last summer when I was all around that area, went to the Windsor farmhouse.
Did you buy anything?
No. Little gravel parking lot. The loos outside.
Barnes shops were the Royals
right.
shop.
Just passing through, folks. Nothing to see here.
Now I'm kind of getting excited about this Roadhouse remake. Jake Gyllenhaal was on The Tonight Show. Yeah, he was looking for a movie to work on with director Doug Liman. And then once he heard about Roadhouse, he was all in.
Doug Liman, who directed the movie, has been a friend.
Liman,
He's the best. We've been friends for 15 plus years, maybe longer than we've been friends.
Yeah.
And we've tried to find a movie to do throughout that time, and we've sort of tried to, but it didn't really work out. And then we were at dinner one night talking about something else, and he said, I read this draft of this reimagining of Roadhouse, and before he could finish the word house, I was like, that sounds crazy, let's do that.
Like,
I was like,
why?
that's a terrible idea, let's do it.
I wonder why he's so drawn to that. I don't even remember it.
Yeah, he was on with Dax Shepard on Dax's, podcast. He said, we're fighting on the floor, fighting around this table, we're fighting around glass. Yeah, one fight scene, he cut his hand so badly that it resulted in a staph infection. You talk about going all the way.
All right, dude.
Oprah Winfrey's Shame, Blame, and the Weight Loss Revolution special aired Monday night on ABC, and no, she really didn't disclose which weight loss medication that she took, but she did bring in medical experts and patients to talk about obesity and the use of weight loss drugs. She says she curated the special in hopes of having a conversation to release the stigma, shame, and judgment that comes with taking such drugs and, stop shaming others and themselves for being overweight.
Well, she's not finna tell you which one she took because that will cost them a lot of money.
Mm-hmm. She looks good.
But there's that new pill coming out that they're saying is even more aggressive than Ozempic and Mounjaro and all those other ones. There's some
More
new,
aggressive?
no jab, and this is moving on to a pill that's, I guess, getting close to being on the street. These fast shortcuts, is it really the right way to go? I mean, for some people, if you're like extremely obese and it's a health, life, or death thing, obviously.
Well, I believe obesity is one thing, but when you're talking about somebody that, I want to lose 30 pounds, not so much.
30, I mean, I don't know. I mean, but you're on it. You're married to it for the rest of the way. Now, if you have diabetes, like Queen, who, constantly reminds us that's why she took it, then it's a different story.
Yeah, we don't want to shame anyone, but this is what Oprah had to say.
I took on the shame that the world gave to me. For 25 years, making fun of my weight was national sport. 1990, I saw myself on the cover of TV Guide's best and worst dressed list. And I remember thinking, oh, look, there I am on the cover. Mr. Blackwell, the tastemaker of the time, called me bumpy, lumpy, and downright dumpy. I was ridiculed on every late night talk show for 25 years and tabloid covers for 25 years. So in an effort to combat all the shame, I starved myself for nearly 5 months and then wheeled out that wagon of fat. And after losing 67 pounds on a liquid diet, the next day I started to gain it back.
Nothing to do with the story, but how familiar is her cadence and voice? You know what I mean? Like, it took you right back to when she had her show.
I missed that show.
I mean, she did. She killed it.
I know.
think she may be brewing to come back and do something.
She has her network.
Yeah, she can do whatever the hell she wants.
I know. Richard Simmons threw fans into a tizzy this week with a Facebook post. Ooh, people who read the first few words thought, what is happening here? They got the full meaning behind his post. Quote, I have some news to tell you. Please don't be sad. I am dying. Alarming, right? Reading on, oh, I can see your faces now. The truth is, we're all dying. Every day we live, we're getting closer to our death. Why am I telling you this? Because I want you to enjoy your life to the fullest every single day. Get up in the morning and look at the sky, count your blessings, and enjoy. So what was meant to be an inspiring endorsement, I guess, of living, to the fullest every day, panicked a lot of people who stopped reading with the first sentence. So he had to get on X a few hours later saying, sorry, many of you have gotten upset about my message today. Even the press has gotten in touch with me. I am not dying. It was a message about how we should embrace every day that we have.
We're a headline nation. You can't come out and lead with, I'm dying, and then just, you know what I mean? People are like, oh, he's dying. I don't need to read anymore. I heard it right there. He's always been very, very emotional. Remember, when he was on our show, he cried. He cried.
I don't remember that. Did you ever have that on the best of or in the vault?
I think that has come up. He cried, and I forgot why he cried, but it wasn't even like an attack or anything. He just, something hit him, and he started crying.
Wow. Well, I'm still very curious about, the life of Richard Simmons, the docuseries, if that's ever going to happen.
Well, that whole Pauly Shore kerfuffle, just like kerfuffle.
I love that word, kerfuffle.
Kerfuffle. It just kind of went away. It was a hot topic for a second.
And then it went away.
Yeah.
TMZ reports that divorce settlement talks between Sophie Turner and Joe Jonas have fallen apart. The next step is letting the judge call the shots. Oops. Turner has filed documents asking to reactivate the divorce proceedings, which were kind of put on hold as they went through mediation about the children, child custody and property. She's asking the judge to hear the case and impose a court-ordered settlement. Oops.
Man, those two are not going to, it's not going to
She's already got a new boyfriend.
Yeah, it's ugly.
I know. HBO Friday night show, Real Time with Bill Maher, renewed through 2026.
I wonder who got the commission because he fired CAA over the weekend. He was
fired
pissed.
his whole team.
Yeah, pissed he didn't get invited to the Oscar party.
Yeah. Now, you know Tom Cruise and all the crazy stunts he does, right? I guess he's found a new iconic location to pull off his famous stunt work. He was seen with a film crew at the Hollywood sign in L.A. Yeah, the Hollywood sign.
Trying to do what?
Well, apparently he scaled the famed landmark. He wore an all-black T-shirt, pants, shoes for the shoot, and at one point flashed his abs. What is he, Lenny Kravitz? From underneath his shirt. Largely thanks to his long-running, Mission Impossible series, he's become synonymous with all these crazy action-packed films and stunts. A rep for him did not immediately respond for a request to comment about this. It's unclear what he was filming over the weekend. But yeah, the famous Hollywood sign.
That thing is all fenced in. So obviously it was something organized because all the people with graffiti and they were tearing it down, messing it up. They finally fenced it in.
Aren't you surprised though that happened and we haven't seen anything online? Like I searched for photos.
Right, everyone and their mother's right there. There's a park right below
hello?
it. I'm sure they were looking up and seeing someone screwing around and everyone started rolling their phones.
Yeah.
I am surprised we haven't seen anything.
We talked about this the other day. Former CNN anchor Don Lemon posted an interview, that one that he did with Elon Musk, that was, I guess, to debut on this new partnership he had with X. Instead, that deal was canceled by Elon Musk. After the interview took place, things got contentious during the discussion, with Elon saying at one point, "I don't have to answer questions from reporters, Don. The only reason I'm doing this interview is because you're on the X platform and you asked for it. Otherwise, I would not do this interview." Wow.
He's such a dick.
I mean, what's going on there?
Constantly.
I guess he first agreed to support the show, but he said his commitment to a global town square where all questions can be asked and all ideas can be shared seems not to include questions of him from people like me. He put the hammer down, so it's not happening. That is your Celebrity Sleaze.